So, back at it. This one, if you watched last week's episode, you might have noticed that we had some technical difficulties, which actually cut out the part where I got to the lesson part of the video and actually got to explain some of the core concepts. Sorry, what? Yeah, please. Yeah. Anyways, but today we got it all fixed up. We're good to go and ready to get started with today's lesson. All right, so let's open up our little handy dandy notepad here. So today we're going to be getting back into factoring. And this time we are going to be factoring a constant to form a quadratic, and then we're going to have to factor the quadratic itself. Now this one, it kind of builds off of our last lesson, so it would have been nice if that last one finished. But it's okay. It's fine. What do you do when you fall off the horse? Get back on it. All right. So, when we are factoring, we're gonna need to. First things first, we're gonna need to find the greatest common factor. Now, in this. Let's get a new problem. Now in this, the greatest common factor, and don't, make sure you always take your calculators out to double check your arithmetic. Just make sure everything's double checked. Cross your I's, dot your T's. The other way around. So looks like this one, the common factor would appear to be 2. Because 2, all of these are divisible by 2. Alright, so we're going to start with 2. And we're going to write that. Now you might be thinking, Professor, wouldn't it be 2v? But you'll notice there's no v at the 70, so we can only take the 2. Okay, so we're gonna take that 2 and put it around the outside, Thank you, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do the box. Yeah. Okay, thank you, yeah. So we're put the 2 on the outside, and now we just divide everything by 2. So 2v 2 divided by 2 would be v, and then 20v divided by 2. Negative 20v divided by 2. Now remember, when you divide a negative by a positive, it's the same as multiplying. So you would get a positive number. But in this case, we're dividing a negative by a positive, so we're going to get a negative number. Never forget that. It's important. So negative 20v divided by 2 should be 20v, which actually this would be v squared. Everyone makes mistakes, even the best among us. Nothing to be ashamed of. And then 70 divided by 2. Make sure you double check on your calculator. 70 All right, yeah, yeah. So we're looking good so far. But now we've got this, and this might look familiar from last week. So we're just going to be diving right into it. Don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to be diving right in. So, the common... There is no common factor. Oh, thank you, yeah. Thank you, yeah. Okay, so there is no common factor here, which means, if you remember, we'll have to find our two numbers that add to 20 and multiply, and add to negative 20 and multiply to negative 35. So let's just try a few numbers. Let's just run a few numbers. What about okay, what about okay. That doesn't really help. I'm gonna save that for later, actually. I'm gonna save that article for later. Don't have a lot of time, so... Yeah, we're gonna need to find... That's right. Okay, so it can't be 5 and 7. Let's just see this. Alright, so see, what we forgot to do is we forgot to turn that 2 to a 1. You gotta double check every step of the way. Double check yourself. So add to negative 10, multiply to negative 35. Could get... bear with me. Let's get a new... Let's just refresh. Let's just get a new one. Oh. So, you know, sometimes you're gonna get tricky little questions like that. Alright, so let's try this one. Let's try... We see that this has a common factor of... 4, right? Because 12 and 72 are both divisible by 4. So let's put our 4 on the outside, and then we get W squared plus 3W minus 18, just minus 18, alright? So then the common factor here, this can't be factored any further. So, you know, we factored it completely. All we get... Fuck off. Right, a little bit of a technical hiccup. Had to take a break and come back, but hey, we fixed it this time. So let's just go ahead and get a new. So 5 is the common factor here, right? So we get 5. Right, okay. So then we get minus 8 because 40 is divisible by 5. Remember, anything with a 0 or a 5 in it is always going to be divisible by 5. 100. Alright. So, we got this. Can we factor even further? Can we find ourselves... Let's keep in mind the double... Because you might say, well, this is factored any further. This is factored... this can't be factored any further. This is factored completely. What are you talking about? But in fact, we can go even further beyond and find 2 numbers, right? 2 numbers. Remember our 2 numbers rule from last episode. Don't forget that multiply to negative 20, but add to negative 8. And so let's just try a couple numbers. What multiplies? What's 20? So 20 and 5 wouldn't work. Because remember, one of these has to be negative, the other one has to be positive, because they multiply to a negative. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that. Okay, so check this out. We can get negative 10 and 2. because those multiply to -20, but they add to 8, because remember, adding a negative is the same as subtracting. Interesting to think about it that way. Alright, so this way, we get... Well, let's, so, -2, alright, so then, factor out the common 2. It's easy to get lost in the weeds, but, you know, don't... Well, there's no... 2 isn't a common factor. Alright, so... Can't factor this any further. Let's, So our first one's gonna have to be 10. So when we Jesus. Shut up. Alright, so we know this is not correct. So let's, what we learned in last episode is we can always factor by grouping. So let's group them. Let's go ahead and group them up. Common factor here would be y, in which case you get y minus 10. And the common factor here would be 2, in which case you also get 2 minus 10. Sorry, y minus 10. Now we got y plus 2, right? Because these are outsiders. They go outside. So we want our outsiders to get together. We want to set them up. We want to be the love doctor for these little outsiders. All right. And then we take our, because we know that's 1, whatever. And so that gives us and remember, it doesn't matter what order these are in because of the property that means you when you're multiplying two things, doesn't matter what order they're in, as long as they are alright, y'all, so hope you enjoyed this episode. It's totally free of any technical issues, you know, and yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you too. You know, we will be uploading these daily. daily, and I will be checking comments for all of your questions on the hour, every hour, just to